Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to the Sacred Life channel with Maria, the best place for radical transformation. Today, I'll be sharing 4 life-changing books that you must read in 2021. Number 4, The Power of Vulnerability. Brene Brown is a research professor and has her PhD in social work. She spent decades studying the topics of shame, vulnerability, and courage. In this book, she shares her research about fear and shame. What she found in her research is that people are too afraid to fully open up to others, which also prevents us from forming meaningful connections. She then went deeper into her research and realized that vulnerability is the root of shame, fear, anxiety, depression, but it is also the birthplace of love, hope, faith, and courage. The biggest issue in society nowadays is that people try to numb out those negative emotions that they don't want to feel with drinking or overeating, things like that. However, the problem with that is that when you are trying to numb those negative emotions, you are also numbing all of the positive emotions like hope and love and joy. Eventually, this can become a very toxic cycle. She encourages us to let go of perfection and embrace our imperfections because it is truly our imperfections that make us beautiful. She also encourages us to be vulnerable and to allow people to deeply see who we are, because only then will we be able to feel true connection with other people. This book truly helped me embrace all of my vulnerabilities and love without expectations. Number 3 is Metahuman by Deepak Chopra. He is an alternative medicine advocate and a prominent figure in the New Age movement. He is also a licensed physician. In this book, Chopra unlocks the secrets to moving beyond our present-day limitations and to access a field of infinite possibilities. He describes that being metahuman is much more than just being mindful and meditating every day. Being metahuman is about expanding our consciousness in all that we think, say, and do. By going beyond our current limiting beliefs, we liberate ourselves from old conditioning and all of those mental constructs that underlie depression or anxiety. Chopra writes that once you wake up, life completely changes for you because pure consciousness, which is the field of all possibilities, dawns in your life. Only then does your infinite potential become your personal reality. He talks about some very interesting concepts, and one of those is that human beings live in a stimulated reality. We just don't need the headset for it. And he goes so far as to say that is a biological fact, not a metaphor. Various groups of people have different matrices of beliefs, and that is why they can create completely different realities, which turns out to be the secret to unlocking your full potential, to transcend past our limiting beliefs, because right from birth, we are rooted in our own individual matrices given to us by our guardians or by our parents. In order for us to create an infinite potential reality for ourselves, we have to transcend our limiting beliefs. Metahuman was so life-altering because it helped me transcend many of my limiting beliefs, because I was able to fully understand, first of all, why I had those limiting beliefs, and second of all, how I can transcend past that. If you're somebody who's been hoping to change for a long time, this is an amazing book that I believe can truly give you the tools to access that infinite potential within yourself. Book number 2 is The Universe in a Nutshell by Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking is a physicist, cosmologist, and is widely considered to be one of the most influential scientists ever to have lived. One of the things that I really liked about this book is that because physics can be such a difficult topic to understand, this book offered a lot of different diagrams that made concepts a lot easier for me to understand. In this book, Hawking briefly explains every single topic that is in cosmology: quantum mechanics, dimensional supergravity, dual reality, black holes, multiverses, and holograms, just to name a few of the topics. Truth was seriously stranger than fiction many different times. It was fascinating for me to learn that particles and sheets move in 11 different dimensions, black holes evaporate and disappear, and Stephen Hawking also found where our universe may come from. This is an essential read for any of you who may want to learn more about how the universe works In addition to that, this book actually helped me understand why manifestation works. I found this book to be very fascinating because it gave me a deeper understanding to, once again, what reality really is. If you're an open-minded individual and somebody who wants to understand more of the nature of physics, this is definitely the book for you. All right, and coming into first place, book number 1 is The Wisdom of Your Cells by Bruce Lipton. This is by far my favorite book I've ever read in my life. Bruce Lipton has his PhD in developmental biology and is most notable for his view on epigenetics. He gives us scientific data that supports the fact that beliefs, not genetics, is what ultimately controls our human biology, even though it's contrary to the popular current belief. Bruce Lipton was one of the first doctors in his field to experiment with stem cells, so he has years of extensive research on this. Lipton offers a new, genius interpretation of biology, evolution, and human history, with ramifications into medicine and psychology. This book clearly explains why the medical system has no idea why so many more diseases are cultivated in our bodies nowadays. Ultimately, this book focuses on the impact that our beliefs and the environment inside of our body creates for us. He explains why our internal environment and our beliefs, including stress, fear, or anxiety, will ultimately determine what genes get turned on inside of us. There was a great explanation in the book as to why fear and stress causes disease in us, and that is because in our bodies, we lose approximately 3 million cells every single second. Therefore, our bodies need to reproduce cells at approximately the same rate to keep a healthy balance. However, when our bodies are under fear or stress, our body's ability to reproduce gets shut down. We can only reproduce these cells when we're in a state of happiness, joy, or peace. This has been a profound read for me that's truly helped me understand how my beliefs and bodily environment impacts my overall physical health, mental health, and emotional health. I highly recommend this book to any of you who are out there that want to take control over their health and their mind. Today's crystal wisdom affirmation: I approve of myself and love myself deeply and completely. Next week, I'll be sharing my powerful nighttime routine. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a big fat thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. Click the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Namaste.